Carlos P. Garcia was born on November 4, 1896. He is the eighth President of the Philippines and born in Talibon, Bohol. Garcia grew up with politics, with his father serving as a municipal mayor for 4 terms. He acquired his primary education in his native Talibon, then took his secondary education in Cebu Provincial High School. Initially, he pursued his college education at Silliman University in Dumaguete City, Negros Oriental, and later studied at the Philippine Law School where earned his law degree in 1923. Instead of practicing law right away, he served as a teacher for 2 years at the Bohol Provincial High School. Garcia entered politics in 1925, scoring an impressive victory to become the representative of the 3rd District of Bohol. He was elected for another term in 1928 and served until 1931. He was elected governor of Bohol in 1932, but served only until 1941, when he successfully ran for Senate, but he was unable to serve due to the Japanese occupation of the Philippines during the Second World War. He was assumed the office when Congress reconvened in 1945 after the end of the war. Garcia was the running mate of Ramon Magsaysay in the 1953 presidential election, which both men won. He was appointed Secretary of the Foreign Affairs by President Magsaysay, and the 4 years served concurrently as Vice President. The presidency landed on his lap when President Ramon Magsaysay died in an airplane accident in Cebu on March 17, 1957. After finishing Magsasay's term, Garcia was elected as the president in the election in November 1957. His administration was characterized by its austerity program and its insistence on comprehensive national policy. He retired to private life after failing in his election bid in 1961, defeated by Diosdado Macapagal, living as a private citizen in Tagbilaran City, Bohol. On June 1, 1971, Garcia was elected delegate to the 1971 Constitutional Convention. However, just day after his election as Concon President, Garcia suffered a fatal heart attack on 1971 June 14. He was succeeded as President of the Convention by his former Vice President Diosdado Macapagal. Garcia was interred at the libingan ng Bayani together with his wife Leonila, who died in 1994.
Contributions and achievements of Carlos P. Garcia. Carlos P. Garcia was known for promoting Filipino First policy, which favored Filipino businesses over foreign investors. He established the austerity program focusing on Filipino trade and commerce. He became a famous poet known as the Prince of Visayas Poets and the Bards from Bohol. Cultural arts was revived during his term. He was the first president to have his remains buried at the libingan ng mga bayani. He achieved the 7th placer in the Philippine Bar exam in 1923.
Many people hated Garcia just like Macapagal, who said that Garcia was just using economic nationalism to cover up the corruption on his own government. The policy Filipino First by Garcia should have been first consulted to the Americans. The policy hurt the Americans, which are why they are against the administration of Garcia. During Garcia's administration, there is always a room for misunderstanding between Garcia and foreign business importers, especially Americans, that thought that the aim of this policy is just a cover-up of his fallacies, and this resulted in opposition to Carlos Garcia.
Garcia was one of the good leaders in the Philippines because he believed that he was able to accomplish something most of the presidents failed to do. He helped the Philippines rise from being a victim of war to a self-sustaining country that was considered one of the richest countries during his time. During his administration, the Philippines was one of the innovators of Southeast Asia. He promoted the reliance of our own product and at the same time promoted our products in the global competition. He also had the austerity program. Even though it failed, it still showed how much he really wanted to improve the lives of the Filipinos.